the bitter end of our weekend of ghoulish delights. And as you can see, we've saved one of the biggest treats for last. Universal Studios Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights. Oh yes. Will there be a glimpse of things to come this Halloween? Of course. Will there be a major reveal? You can bet your life on it. Here's the man with the sinister plan, all the way from Ireland. Please welcome John Murdy.
I should have filmed that for my kids. Monstros, the monsters of Latin America. Study this real well, there's going to be a quiz at the end, okay? So what is this? This is an all-new haunted house that features 3 infamous monsters, or monstros, which is Spanish for monsters, of Latin America. What's wrong with this picture? Somebody really screwed up. I'm gonna explain that in just a second. We're gonna mix it up into a scare zone announcement. Because when you come out of this house, we're gonna keep everything going with this theme and take you to a brand new scare zone called El Terror de las Momias. And this is all about inspiration. And the person who supplied the inspiration is Mr. Patrick Quinn. Pat is one of the few people, might be one of the only people that I know and work with at Universal Studios Hollywood who's actually worked there longer than me. I think Pat started in the park as Woody Woodpecker, I think, as a character back in the day, but he's worked with Horror Nights with Chris and I since the very, very beginning. So it felt like we needed to pay tribute and homage to the films that started a franchise that we know today as the Universal Classic Monsters, right? Because without Hunchback, none of this would have ever happened. So, once upon a time in Paris.
Paris, the city of light. But underneath her bustling boulevards, her noisy cafes, silence is king, and darkness reigns.
60 feet beneath the city streets of Paris, there is an empire of the dead. The bones of 6 million Parisians are buried there in an underground catacomb. But something else is down there too. The Phantom of the Opera. Far beneath the Palace Garnier, better known as the Paris Opera House, in his underground lair, the Phantom is still down there, and he's not alone. There's someone else down there too. Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, has literally gone underground. Meanwhile, in London, the local authorities are searching for 2 doctors who are involved with unethical, illegal experiments. The first doctor is Dr. Jack Griffin, better known as the Invisible Man. The second doctor is Dr. Henry Jekyll, whose experiments have led him to embrace the darker side of his nature, known as Mr. Edward Hyde.
We dead welcome you to our world of shadow, knowing soon you will be one of us.
The Universal Monsters legacy at Halloween Horror Nights continues. With the house we just announced on Friday, I believe, Universal Monsters Unmasked. This is the fifth Universal Monster House that we've done at Horror Nights in Hollywood. So, God, 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago, 2013, I met Slash at Halloween Horror Nights when he came to see our Black Sabbath house. And as soon as we came out of the house, he just turned to me and he was like, I want to do this. Like, how can we work together? And so he started doing music for our houses years and years ago. It started with a house called Clowns 3D. And then, as I mentioned, when we started getting into Universal Monsters, Slash has done every single score. So that's now 5 full scores that he's done. But he works with an individual on our team I want to recognize, and that is Stacy Quinolte. Stacy co-writes everything with Slash, co-writes all the music, arranges it, produces it. So Stacy and Slash, before I was heading out for this, I was like, hey, you got a track? Got a track we could share with these people at Midsummer Scream? So we're gonna play you one track from the new score for Universal Monsters Unmasked. It's a track called Silent Screams that features the work of Slash and Stacy Quinolte. Have a listen. All right, give it up for Slash and Stacy. And people have been asking me on Twitter, and hey, can we see what the Bride of Frankenstein looked like? So I brought this with me. I just thought you might enjoy this. This is a time lapse that Pat McGee shot of the Bride of Frankenstein's makeup. So it was full prosthetic makeup to get that burned look. It's probably an hour in the chair, a little bit longer. And I was thinking, it's such a shame that nobody got to see that, right? Seems like you should get an opportunity to see that, doesn't it? We're gonna do a little something. We've been doing more and more of what we call these character interactions, just like places where you can discover a character where you normally wouldn't find one. So keep your eyes peeled this year at Horror Nights. You might just run into the bride. Fan appreciation time. All right. Besides all the things we're doing is all the work everybody on this team does for Halloween Horror Nights. It takes a village to do this, just like it takes a village to do Midsummer Scream. So thank you to everybody at Midsummer Scream. Thank you all. I'll try to hang out somewhere out there if you want to come by and say hi. We'll see you at Horror Nights. Thanks.
All right, so that ends Midsummer Scream for 2024. We had an amazing time. Can't wait for this to come back next year. And this happens the last weekend of July every year here in the city of Long Beach. We have the Queen Mary right over there, so we're right by the ocean. But thank you guys so much for following along. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stab the like button for me, and follow me on my socials. On Instagram it is hallow.ween365days. On TikTok is Halloween365days. And I appreciate all the love. Stay spooky. Happy Halloween.